You're watching Fight Fans TV. It's me, Jake, and I'm joined by Brendan Loughnane, not Loughnane. Loughnane, is that right? Did I get that right?
Correct.
I
Correct.
think
Well
you were
done.
told fairly recently that like it's not Loughnane, it's Loughnane.
Yeah,
Yeah,
pretty much.
must be weird, like saying your name your whole life, and then it's just like, yeah, thanks for telling me. so,
Exactly.
so obviously you are the PFL featherweight champion of the world. How does it feel being the reigning featherweight king, the Professional Fighters
Fucking
League?
gorgeous, mate. Gorgeous. It's going to be even better once I defend it, though. So,
That's yeah,
uh,
that's the next thing to do. I was going to ask you, you are a Manchester United fan, aren't you?
correct.
Is it a bit weird having a league title in Manchester on the red side? Just to clarify, this is not a Man City shirt. I got really nervous earlier. I was like, oh crap, I need to put my jumper on.
Are you
Yeah.
sure it's not?
It's not. It's not. No, no. I'm a Palace fan, so
It, look,
no
it
one would
looks
admit
very,
that. No,
looks
it's
very
not.
blue to me.
It's from True Classic. Get that sponsoring. Yeah, no, it's not. It's not City. I promise, not City. None of that. None of that. Yeah, no one would admit to being a Palace fan unless they actually were one. So that's all I'll say. Hodgson, just to timestamp this interview. Right. Now you're the $1 million man. How's your life changed? Because I think you earned like what 150 quid in your first ever fight, and then you're going
Yeah.
in there against Bubba Jenkins to earn $1 million quid. How's your life changed since then?
Fucking hell, a lot. I got complete freedom. I did loads of nice things. Drove Route 66, bought a nice place in Dubai. Treated everyone around me. Life's great, and now I'm skint again. Got to go again now.
I like that. Yeah, just spend the year, just splurge it. Oh, I've got to fight now. I was going to ask you. I mean, obviously, you know, you don't. Obviously, the first time you win the world title is a big thing, isn't it? Obviously, it's what you've worked your entire career for. But
Yeah.
to not use the cliche, but are you worried about kind of losing a little bit of the edge, a little bit of the eye of the tiger? People have said to Conor McGregor, you sleep in the silk sheets now, in the Egyptian cotton and all that sort of thing. Do you feel a little bit of that? Are you conscious of that? Or is it just like, I'm skint now, so I've got to go back in and earn it again?
No, mate. I did have these questions in my head, but then I went back to Thailand, and once I got back there, I was back sparring killers and running on the track and lifting weights and doing all the things that I used to do, all to the same and if not better than I did before Bubba. So I just believe you're going to see a better version of me.
Excellent. Obviously, I don't want to. I don't want to harp on about the Dana White Contender Series because I know you've obviously spoken about that tons of times before. I know.
Yeah.
When you last saw him was like what, December 2022, I think it was. You saw Dana White, and it was kind of like, yeah, I've done pretty well since then, mate. I mean, that must have been quite a nice feeling, just kind of like proving everyone wrong. I mean, we've come a long way since you're on the Ultimate Fighter. And obviously, we've
I
come,
know, mate.
that's even further away. I mean, do you ever get a chance to kind of look back and think, or just to think, no, that doesn't fuss me. I'm just looking forward.
That's why I like doing interviews like this, mate, because when you bring up stuff like that, it just really makes me reiterate why I'm doing this and how far I have come. So, speaking to yourself and 6 or 7 other guys today, I'm going over my career and reiterating it and verbalizing how well that we've done. But I just feel like now, legacy, Marlon, feel like it's the name that I needed on my resume. And I'll be happy to compete against him in 9 days.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, April the 1st, you're back in action. When you look at, I mean, obviously, you've been through the league format before, but in terms of the run of mixed martial arts, obviously, usually you'd kind of just get your opponent. You wouldn't know when you get your opponent, and then it's like, I don't know when my next fight is guaranteed. But with this league format, what's in terms of mentality going into it? Do you feel better knowing I'm fighting X, Y, Z on these dates, so you can kind of game plan between fights? You know what to expect first, and then expect next, and it's not kind of a shock.
It's hard, mate. It's hard because you just got to prepare to fight all 9 people, aren't you, really? And you don't get a choice in the matter. You get told you're fighting blah, blah on this day, and then that's it. And that's what happened. And here we are again, 4 fights, 7 months, ready to roll the dice again.
Well, I mean, obviously, that sort of activity, you rarely see that elsewhere. And that's part of the reason why the PFL is so exciting. Like, you can follow a fighter, you're guaranteed to see him fight, these amount of times, which you're not necessarily guaranteed with other mixed martial arts promotions.
Yeah.
The one thing I was going to ask you about as well, obviously, beyond the league format, We've got, fighters like Jake Paul coming in, starting this pay-per-view SuperFight division. Is that something you've been potentially looking at? Is that something that intrigued you?
Yeah, 100%. I would have loved to have done that, to be fair. But I didn't even get an option, really. I just got told that you got to be back in the tournament and defend it as the champion. So it was difficult, really.
Okay.
But I'm here now, and I'm happy that I'm in this format again and getting so much activity.
Yeah. I mean, if you win it again, I mean, obviously you have a lot more bargaining power. Someone like a Kayla Harrison was like, no, I'm done with the league format. I want these one-off fights. In terms of like influencers, and obviously influencer boxing has become a thing, much to the chagrin of a lot of combat sports fans, but it is a thing now. Are there really like influencers out there that you think could actually hang in an MMA cage? Because I'm not quite sure Jake Paul. I mean, he's obviously, he's a half decent boxer, but this is a completely different game. Like this is 4 or 5 different disciplines. Like, is he? Do you think he's prepared for what could really happen in a cage?
No, it's a heavy one, mate. It took me the best part of 15 years to be able to do this to this level, and just to jump in now, it's going to be hard. But if anyone can do it, Jake's had a great run at his boxing so far. Then let's see how it all goes, mate. Let's see how it all plays out this year. It's exciting.
Well, I think a lot of people are hoping for a Diaz fight, which would certainly be
Oof.
big money for everyone, wouldn't it? Yeah, definitely, definitely. So I was also going to ask you in terms of weight class and things like that. Obviously, you fought at featherweight. You're 33, which is a good age. Me too. Do you ever have any sort of thoughts of moving up to lightweight at all, or trying to fight in that? Obviously, once this year has passed, have you thought about what can I do in other weight classes?
Um, Not really, no, because I'm a really, really small featherweight. So it's like it'd be pointless for me to start doing that. Do you know what I mean? Right now. So let's stick to who I am and where I'm at. And yeah, I mean, featherweight's my weight.
I mean, you say you're a small featherweight. I mean, let's be fair. 5'9". That's not small. I mean, you're going in against Marlon Moraes on April the 1st. I mean, you've got the height advantage on him. You've got the arm reach advantage on him. Like, what in terms of your game plan for him? Obviously, I don't want you to give everything away because obviously we're gonna find out what you're gonna do when you get in the cage. But are you thinking? Can you keep him at distance? Is it of a smaller fighter who could potentially try and go for a takedown? Is that the sort of thing you'd be going for there?
I don't know. I mean, Marlon's fucking fought everyone on planet Earth. He's got a win over Aldo, win over the current UFC champion Aljo. So like, it's just a fight, mate. So I'm just looking forward to beating him and getting his name on my resume.
No, yeah, definitely. Obviously, speaking of people like Aljo and things like that, if you were to able just say to pick one super fight, someone in any featherweight division, anywhere in the world, who would you pick to face you?
Mm.
You can
I
have a
just
pick
like
of anyone, but probably not getting McGregor to go down to featherweight because that's obviously the money fight that everyone wants. But I don't think you'd
I
manage that
don't,
at this point.
I don't know who. I don't know who I would fight. Anyone really. Anyone that the PFL sends over, mate. I'm easy.
Fair enough. Erling Haaland, maybe. I'm swear to you, it's not Man City. I promise. I promise. I'm a Palace fan. Anyway, really appreciate your time, Brendan. Thanks for coming on. Obviously, good luck with your fight April 1st, and good luck with the entire league.
No problem. Thank you very much for your time, mate. Have a good day.